So this is my 6 Sauer MCX Virtus 11.5 I56. Show you it's clear. All clear. If you noticed, there's an ambi bolt catch on here. That's because I milled out my lower receiver and partial part of my upper receiver to accept a blue teal, whatever the company's called, PDQ, which is an ambidextrous bolt catch. So if you'll notice, this is an SBR'd lower and it's MCX. So it was kind of risky to do this, but it worked out pretty well. I had to go back to the dremel time and time again to get the PDQ milled down enough and to get enough milled out of my upper. There's a little bit more out of my upper than I'd like. I'll take better pictures and post afterward. But it worked pretty well. I just used a dremel with a 1/8 inch tungsten carbide bit, cutting bit, and cut straight down into my lower, and then just took a metal hand file and filed it down. And then you also have to take a little bit out of the contour right there above the magazine release, so that the PDQ has room to operate up and down. I milled down the PDQ quite a bit. I'll post pictures in a different post showing my PDQ versus the original PDQ. I have an extra one that I might throw in a different rifle. But I took it down quite a bit. I kind of wanted it to match the MCX Spear LT ambi bolt catch. Obviously it's not, it hardly resembles it, but it's thinned down a lot just because the PDQ originally is kind of thick, it's kind of wide, it would stick out like a 1/4 inch past the rifle. So I cut it down a lot. Anyway, I cut it down enough to get good engagement with my bolt. Overall, I think when you go to drop the bolt, it's just a little bit higher than a Spear LT does, but it's perfectly usable. So I'll show you, it locks to the rear perfectly well. You can bang the rifle, and it doesn't drop. So honestly, it's holding really well. Works pretty well. So we'll got an empty mag here. Obviously an empty mag will hold that open. Drop the mag, have a loaded magazine. Works perfectly well. So check that one. So I'm pretty proud of it, honestly. I'm really happy with this. I did this because I tried out a Spear LT lower with my upper, and I was hooked. After I tried it a couple times, I couldn't go back to a non-ambi lower. It was too convenient, and it seemed worth the risk, and it was honestly pretty inexpensive. So it was my first time using a Dremel, which was scary as hell, but it worked out pretty well. Just got some Birchwood Casey aluminum black, and to blacken up the raw part of the aluminum on my lower and my upper, and it also helped to black out the steel on the PDQ, which I didn't think would work, but it blacked it pretty well, so I didn't have to repaint anything. Anyway, I know it looks like a Frankenstein job, but my rifle is beat up anyway, and it works. It's functional. I wanted a functional rifle. Pretty happy with it. I will post corresponding photos and explanation of everything I did if you are interested in doing it yourself.